of Monroe MustHangs. I'm your host, Director of Sports Information, David Spiegel from the Monroe MustHangs Athletic Department. And with me today is our first student athlete and alumni guest from the Monroe MustHangs men's basketball team, a two-time NJCAA All-American, two-time Region 15 Player of the Year, two-time Region 15 champion with the Monroe MustHangs, 2020 East District champion, and currently going to be playing the rest of his collegiate career at Stony Brook University, Division I in the NCAA. Please welcome Juan Felix Rodriguez.
Thank you, David. It's my pleasure being here. Thank you for having me.
Of course, happy to have you on the show. So Juan, you played the last 2 years with Monroe. I'd say it was a pretty successful career based on the accolades I just ran down, and we're definitely going to get into your career at Monroe, but I want to start from the beginning with you. So, you grew up in the Dominican Republic before making your way over to the States and living in Massachusetts, playing high school ball eventually there. So what first got you into basketball?
It was just trying a different thing, I started, like most Dominican does, like they started playing baseball because that's the main sport in the Dominican Republic. So I did it for like 5 years. But then I stopped playing. Then I just grabbed a basketball and went next to my house. There was a basketball court, and when I went there, I was basically just in the middle of the way, like I was on the way for the other guys. So the next day, I just went with my mom, and they let me play because she was there. So that's when I started playing basketball.
And what really made you fall in love with it at that point?
I just liked it. After that, I just never stopped. I started going every day. Like next to the basketball court, I was going to school next to it. So I just never stopped from that day on. I could say honestly, I have probably 30 years playing basketball without stopping, without trying any other sport and nothing, just basketball.
Well, of course, it ended up working out for you. So around the age of 12 or 13, you told me before we started recording that you made your way over to the United States and started playing basketball up in Massachusetts. What was it like making the move to the States and then working your way into middle school, high school basketball?
It was just adjustment, it was difficult. Since I came from the Dominican Republic, I had to adjust to the system, how things work, the language, and I just started going, learning the stuff, and just like that, going to my way to high school, I was honestly not going to a school that was that good at basketball or any sport. So when my parents realized that, let's switch you to this school, and this and this and that. So I just went to the right school to play the sports that I liked.
So it must have been a successful high school career because eventually you did find your way to Monroe, which of course I believe is one of the athletic powerhouses in the NJCAA. Ended up staying with us for a pair of years. What was it that ended up bringing you to Monroe?
It was God, to be honest. I wasn't looking in that direction. I was looking at other schools. I actually was supposed to go to another school, and it didn't happen. But thanks to my coaching staff at my high school and at the Monroe staff from the basketball team, they got together and talked it out and got me in the summer so I could go visit. So it was just God that brought me over there, and I was thankful because that was the right decision.
Of course, we'll get into that career. You have, of course, grew to a team leader over your 2 seasons at Monroe with the Mustangs. But what were some of the best experiences you had at Monroe and some of the relationships you built with coaches and staff and teammates and maybe even some teachers?
Just being around them, it was just a new experience, college life, kind of. I used to love the road trips, the coaches having fun, just making fun of the other people and stuff like that. And most importantly, like when we used to win a game in the road, it was just fun to be on the bus, on the plane, just, having fun with each other.
So after your first season, you ended up winning the Region 15 Player of the Year award. After your second season, you repeated as the Region 15 Player of the Year. Coming from that, you were a nominee coming out of our region for the All-American team, and both times you were named an All-American. First year, you were an honorable mention All-American. Second year, you moved up to the second team. So for the audience, that made you the second Monroe Mustang men's basketball student athlete to ever be a two-time All-American. So what did it mean to you, not only just to be an All-American the first time, but also to win it a second time?
It was really a blessing. I wasn't expecting to doing that my first year. I got it, but coming out to my second year, I just thought, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm supposed to do. Is easily just to go get it, So honestly, my second year, I didn't expect it to get it either because, we're not the only team playing around the region. But it was truly a blessing, and knowing more that I'm the second player to doing that both years to win the All-American.
Of course, it's a very big award to win. You don't really see it too often that an athlete is winning it 2 years in a row. So congratulations on that. I know I could speak on behalf of our department saying we were incredibly proud of that accomplishment for you. So after the first season with Monroe, you guys had a really good year, made a good run winning the region championship, but going on the road to play the district championship, you guys unfortunately lost a really close game. So tell me about that one and kind of what that did to eventually motivate you for your second season.
It was emotional, it was tough knowing that we had the talent to win that game, and we had the talent to win that game, and knowing that we had a chance to make it to the national tournament. It was tough, and after that game, we knew like that was the end. The team broke up. Probably 85% or 90% of the team left because that was their last year. So it was the next coming season, it was going to be a new group. So it was just going to be different, but we stayed positive, 2 more returners came with me. They came back with me. So, and actually I want to thank to the coaching staff because they did a great job of recruiting the right players to make it happen and again, and having us to win the district championship.
And of course, like you said, you give a lot of credit to the coaching staff because at the junior college level, with only having 2 years to really compete or having 2 years of eligibility for a student athlete, you really have to find freshmen who can make an impact right away. So it does speak to the quality of athletes that were brought in this past year to make a bigger run. So as we're saying, this time around, you guys won the region championship again, and this time we were set to host the district championship played Hagerstown Community College at the Monroe Athletic Complex. Things went a little bit differently this time around. So what was it like to bounce back this year and take home the district title?
It was good, and having that game at home with your crowd, with your people, your family there, all the Monroe staff, and it was just a great atmosphere. It was just a great day having all of them there, and it was just a great experience.
Of course, winning the district championship this past season should have meant that you guys would have been going to play at the NJCAA championship tournament. Everyone knows what happened from that point on. Obviously, the COVID-19 pandemic hit. New Rochelle was an area that was hit really hard. So at first, we had to make the decision to not send our teams, the women's basketball team as well, to the national championship tournaments, just looking out for the health and safety of not only our student athletes and staff, but the student athletes and staff that were planning on traveling to those tournaments. And then eventually, the tournaments themselves had to be canceled because of the same reason, as well as all of the spring seasons in the NJCAA and the NCAA and just everywhere across the country. So what was it like knowing how hard you guys worked and how successful you were this season to first see your names called on the selection show, see like who you were playing, where you were going, and then to eventually find out that you guys unfortunately were not going to be able to play?
We were really excited. We were really excited that day. We actually skipped practice just to watch that. But finding that out that we were not able to go over there, it was tough, you know. But at the end of the day, we did what we had to do, and like we enjoyed with each other like the year. Um, I mean, it happened, you know. We couldn't do anything about it. Just keep moving forward, you know.
Hey Mustangs, I just wanted to tell you about the brand new Monroe MustHangs sideline store, powered by our apparel partner BSN Sports. Create your own unique piece of Mustang gear by choosing from hundreds of apparel options, colors, graphics, and your choice of the new Monroe MustHangs logo collection. Throughout the month of October, you can take 20% off your order of $85 or more by using the promo code OCT20, that's OCT20 at checkout. Visit the Monroe Mustang sideline store at monroecollegemustangs.com/shop and gear up for the new school year. And of course, you are moving forward now. You accepted an offer from Stony Brook University, going to be playing Division I basketball going forward. I know you've already gotten acclimated over there. I've actually spoken to one of your coaches recently who said that he's incredibly excited to have you on the team over there, which is great to hear. Well, of course, of any of our alumni to know that they're excited to have you there. You're joining two of your former teammates from your freshman year as well. You have Mohamedou Guy and Lenny Kadisha over there. So what are you looking forward to right now this year playing at Stony Brook, and what's it like to be able to hook up again with some of your former teammates?
Adjusting to this new system, this new school, grow as a person, as a basketball player. But I'm having more and Lenny. It's like going back to junior college again, having that experience with them too. It just, enjoy every moment I can while I'm here.
Of course, your sophomore season was probably just like going through the process of getting recruited again in high school. I know we had a lot of scouts in our arenas all the time, especially when we were hosting big tournaments. So what was it like to finally make your decision that you were going to Stony Brook?
It was tough. There was a lot of schools recruiting me. It was a tough decision. At the time, I didn't know what I wanted, but I was seeing a couple of news about the NCAA making it like pushing forward the deadline for the commitment. So I just talked it out with my mom, the coaching staff, and my closest friends, and I ended up committing over here. And it's not bad. I really love it. It's just different,
Of course, moving on to a different school is always going to be different. And I've never been to Stony Brook, but I could guess that it's a much different kind of campus lifestyle than what we're used to as well. We're more of an urban lifestyle where there's a big campus out in Long Island. So at least you're not too far away from us, that's for sure. What are some of the things you hope to accomplish with the rest of your collegiate basketball career out there?
Grow as a basketball player, adjusting like I said before. And my personal goal is just, help the team and the program make it to the tournament. That's what they want me to do, and I'm gonna work hard to do it. And I know the other players are gonna help me develop that that person. They're gonna work on me to develop that person to do it.
What are some of the things you hope to do when your college basketball career is done and you graduate from school, of course?
Just having my degree. That's the most important thing. You never know. Probably I could be. I don't know. I just having my degree. that's the most important thing. I hope keep keep having my basketball career, like keep playing basketball professionally, either NBA or overseas or in the Dominican Republic. If not, if that doesn't happen, at least I have my degree. I could work anywhere. Help my parents with anything they can, build my future.
I know that's a common theme as I've talked to some coaches at Monroe here the last couple of weeks, is that a lot of them really do focus on the academics a lot. So, it's good to see that that's one of your main goals there, as well as to, finish your degree and see where that takes you. Who's someone you might say has been a big influence on your athletic career throughout your life?
There's been a lot of people.
Well, you can give me a few people if you want.
I think a lot of people that have pushed me towards my goal to get to this point. A lot of coaches, staff at Monroe, they have helped me a lot. All the coaches, staff at my high school, they have helped me a lot too. Closest friends, at my hometown in Massachusetts, they have helped me a lot too. And family, my mom, she always says, keep going, don't stop. Focus on what you need to do, keep working hard. So when the day comes, you know what to do, you'll be prepared for it.
So obviously we talked about, back in March when the pandemic hit and everything kind of shut down. What were some of the things that you did to stay busy, stay active from March until, getting yourself over at Stony Brook in the last couple of months, to stay busy, stay in shape, things like that?
I wasn't doing much, we couldn't do much because most of the things were closing down, they were shut down. A lot of things was open, no gym, no nothing. I was still taking classes for a few months. So I was busy on that, and then I was keeping in contact with this school, with Stony Brook now, and they were sending me their athletic trainers. They were sending me stuff so I could do it at home or outside on the parks and stuff. So just doing that, after little by little, they opened up Massachusetts. I started working a little bit to help my mom, because she wasn't working at that time either. So I started working a little bit. So that was pretty much it.
Now, looking back on your time at Monroe, if you were to speak to an incoming student athlete or someone trying to decide if they wanted to come to Monroe, what are some of the things you would tell them?
To enjoy every moment they can. Like what Monroe does for you, like they do it by heart for you to grow as a person, as an athlete, and that opportunity, like in my position, a lot of people wanted to be in my shoes, like, oh, I wanted to be in that school, I want to be in his shoes, in that position, doing that, doing this. Like, just enjoy, it just happened once in a lifetime. Like, you just, enjoy every moment you can, because it's always for the best.
Of course. Well, it was, of course, it was enjoyable on my end of things to watch you throughout your career. Basketball is, of course, it's one of those sports that draws a bigger crowd, gets a lot of excitement on campus. So I think you guys winning that district tournament so far is probably one of the highlights of my career at Monroe since I've been there in 3 years. So again, I'm thankful that you guys gave me that experience, but congratulations to you guys again for getting that done. Is there anything else you'd like, to let our audience know, something about you that they may not know that might interest everybody?
But I miss Monroe a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I miss Monroe a little bit, just being around the people that I was around, with the coaching staff, with the players. I miss a few players, and just having that different experience that I had as a freshman or sophomore at Monroe College. I miss that. But, now we're here, so we got to do what we got to do to keep moving.
Well, Juan, I want to thank you again for joining me today. Congratulations on all the success you've had so far in your career. We wish you the best of luck at Stony Brook. We're going to be watching along. We really want to see you succeed out there, see you just take what you learned at Monroe and make it that much bigger out there at Stony Brook. So, again, thank you so much, and good luck going forward. And stay safe and healthy, please.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was my pleasure.
To all the Mustangs out there, thanks again for watching a new episode of Monroe MustHangs or listening to it in podcast form. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/Monroe MustHangs. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts, and now on IGTV on our Instagram page at Monroe MustHangs. Again, thank you for watching a new episode of Monroe MustHangs. Everyone stay safe and take care.